For those of you who don't know, I'm Sandi Silk. I am the developer that's been involved with the now known as J. Malden Center project that is transforming the far end of Pleasant Street at Commercial in Florence. We've been working with the City of Malden very closely in an extremely unique partnership that would never have happened without the mayor's support, Debbie Burke's support, Kevin Duffy's support, Ron Hogan's support, Cheryl Hache, and Maria Louise, just to name a few of the people involved in this adventure. When I first met Osa, I was just blown away by her energy and enthusiasm for all things that are really about building connections. And she and I have had a couple of really, I would say, enthusiastic and invigorating conversations talking about how do we continue to layer art in. And so I thought it'd be helpful to just talk a little bit about how we view art and the artistic community relative to a development like the one we're doing that hopefully all of you will visit soon. And I guess one big announcement we can make is that Pleasant Street should be open for pedestrian access all the way through to the T. You'll be able to walk without going up any steps or going up any ramps, hopefully by the end of this month, and if not the end of this month, very early in September. So we're very excited about that, and we're working with the mayor to have a mini event around that. And so that's an exciting point, and there's a lot of exciting points around kind of what's happening down there. So I think it's helpful to know that, I mean, Malden has this really unique character that's incredibly authentic, that has evolved over many years. And what we really wanted to do when we first came to Malden, and what we're trying to do with our project, is just add to that layer. And the arts is a layer that really invigorates any development. It doesn't matter whether it's an older property or a newer property, but invigorating the artistic community in some fashion, we see really enhances the experience. And for us, and for me in particular, I think of art really broadly. We have artisanal coffee coming. We have a craft beer and wine shop opening up. These are people that source very specific, handmade, carefully curated products. That's a kind of art. And so we've been very intentional in who we're trying to bring to Malden Center. And these people, as I've talked to them and gotten to know them as they are making their plans, they want to build these connections as well. And those connections are amongst each other, but also amongst all of you. So there's real opportunity, and so to me and for JAG, the opportunity to connect with you all expands kind of in some really discrete fashions, like maybe somebody's helping design a coaster for Bit Bar, and really basic, and maybe some of them go to helping us figure out how do we transform empty storefront windows while we're waiting for the perfect tenant to come. So those are the kinds of things we've been talking with OSA about. We also will have 320 new households coming to Malden Center who might like to shop at the gallery down the street. And so really trying to figure out how do we introduce them to the things that are here in Malden, how do we learn who some of the artists are and kind of work together, whether it's truly offering an opportunity like they did down the street with the gallery to sell the work, or maybe just introducing people to these are the kinds of artists that are in Malden. We also are really hopeful that the new plaza that will be behind the new city hall will at some point be activated with music and other types of performing arts. It's a cozy space, it's very intimate, so it is not gonna, we no longer have the ginormous vast city hall plaza that was once there. Hopefully the alternative is viewed as more successful. But there are definitely little spaces around that can be activated with art. And then I guess the last thing that I would comment on that is we've also been brainstorming with the city and with OSA and actually anyone who wants to be involved in it about ways to activate Pleasant Street. And the artist community is very much a part of that because those are the things, this layer of art adds to the authentic nature. It doesn't feel like it was, I had a conversation with somebody earlier today and we were comparing different developments and one of the comments was, well, that one feels a little bit like Disney because it's all so perfectly clean and et cetera, and that places like Malden don't, and that's actually a really good thing because it's real. And so that is, that's very exciting for us. And then the last thing that I'd like to say is that if any of you have ideas about ways to incorporate art into projects at the street level, I should also add that we incorporated a couple of commission pieces in the art that we've got in the building throughout for our residents. There'll be a commission piece right at the entry, and that was something really important, that it was interesting art, that we were supporting real artists with at least the pieces we could. We couldn't quite afford to have every piece commissioned. That would be a great budget to have. But nonetheless, if any of you have great ideas or have even an idea, big or small, about something you've thought about that could work within a building like ours, or to help activate Pleasant Street, please, please, please come talk to me. I'm happy to give you my card. I'm happy to set up a coffee. We'd love to hear those ideas, because we are here to see Pleasant Street thrive and grow and expand, and really have Malden Center be this great hub of activity for Malden, but also for the region. Because the more Malden Center thrives, the more this region thrives. So thank you.